Hi, my name is Kate and welcome to Fine Motor Friday. If you haven't watched one of our videos before, please go back to the top of the playlist. I'm one of the OTs who works at the preschool, and I've been making some videos of different things that we can do at home that work on fine motor skills. What we are going to do today is Lunar New Year themed. We are going to make a lantern. Some of the activities that we will be doing that are a part of this: folding, cutting, drawing lines if you want your child to take the lead on that. But anyway, I will try to make it brief. If you have any questions, let me know. And all right, here we go. Step one of our activity is going to be folding. We are going to be folding the paper in half. Folding is a good skill. We want to make sure that we're lining up our corners and that we press down. And we are pressing down along the edge, nice and firm. Some of the skills that we use while folding, we're using our hands together, which is also a helpful skill when we are holding the paper still for writing or coloring. Okay, so now we have done our fold. We are going to draw straight lines. So I'm going to use a Sharpie, but you can use a crayon because I know not everybody wants their preschool student to be using a Sharpie, and that is completely understandable. So you can do a line or you can have them do lines. You may want to give them the first one, or you can make it a dotted line that then they can trace, right? If we're working on our tracing skills. But I am just going to keep on going. So I'll give myself a dotted line and then just keep going and try not to get Sharpie on my desk. All right, and I will trace this last one. Okay, so the skills that we've used so far, we've done folding, we've done some of our pre-writing lines, and now we're going to do cutting. So this is a little bit harder than snipping, right? Because we're cutting further in, but also we want to make sure that we stop at the end. If some of our students have a hard time stopping, at a specific place, sometimes I'll put stickers. Let's pause. So we will try with some stickers, and we can also draw. It depends what our kiddo thinks is fun. So I'll put a sticker at the top of this one as a reminder to stop here. We can also add some drawings, right? Sometimes we can do different colors, right? Stop at the blue dot, or we can do, a red triangle, which is a little bit hard to see on my red paper, but that's okay. And then maybe a brown square. So just another opportunity where we can build in some of those concepts from class. Okay, so I used a sticker, and then I did some of our basic shapes, right? Circle, triangle, square, rectangle, star, oval. All right, so our next step is cutting, right? So we want to make sure that we're using both hands, and you know your child best, right? You know if they're ready for cutting, and you can always do hand over hand assistance. Just want to make sure that my scissors are in the screen. So I'm going to cut, cut, cut. And I have adaptive scissors, right? So I can make them easy open so that they automatically open for me, or I can use them as regular scissors. Okay, and we are gonna keep going. Cutting along our line and stopping at the shape. We're adjusting our helper hand as we go down. And there we have it. We have cut all of the pieces. So we will open it up, and you can see that it has its holes. And then our next step is going to be gluing. Okay, so what our goal is, now you can keep your drawings on the outside if you want. If you don't, you can just flip this over, fold it the other way and hide them. It's your choice. But what I want to do is I want to keep mine on the outside. So I'm going to be gluing this together right here. So I'm going to add my glue. All right, so I have my glue applied, and then I am going to fold this over here. I am going to stick it together. All right. All right, and here we are. I glued mine together, and it was not sticking the way that I wanted, or I think the glue probably wanted to dry, and I wanted to keep going. So I threw in some staples so it was nice and secure. And now I have my lantern, but there's no handle. So that's something that we still need to do. All right, so this is done. Glue is done. And now we have cutting again. So we're gonna cut across the paper. I gave a thinner piece of paper so they don't have to manage all the extra paper if they're cutting from a full sheet. You know where your child's cutting skills are. If they're newer to cutting or they're having a hard time staying on the line, giving them a thicker line. Like the dry erase markers have a big thick tip on the end. You know, a pencil is much harder to follow than a marker line, right? So the thicker Crayola pens, there's definitely options to make it easier, and that is one of them. It's easier to follow a thicker line. All right, so I am going to cut along my line, and I'm going to adjust my hand as I need. So we have our helper hand and our hand that's working, right? Just like when we're doing our writing or our coloring, one hand is our helper hand holding the paper and the other hand is doing the work. All right, so now I have my handle for my lantern. So I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to line it up with where I glued it together. And I'll put, let's see, I'll do that so that my marker lines are on the inside. And I'll come over here and I will add some more glue. And here we go. Let's see, how did it turn out? Let's see. All right, so this is our quick lantern craft. It involves cutting, folding, and we can even do some drawing if we want, or that can be a mom and dad moment. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great President's Week break. And yeah, stay safe. Bye.